So, as far as Tantra, I didn't have such a sensation of like something happened, and then it felt as if it was like a really, easy to follow sequence where it's like, oh, obviously, you know, um, that just wasn't the case for me. So, you know, I didn't, I don't know exactly. I know it has something to do with the fierce deities. Certainly, they mean to gatekeep some of these concepts and such. So that's cool. That's part of it. It's a neat part of it. But there's more to it. And I would say Hinduism is a bit metaphorical. A bit. It's not as metaphorical as most people seem to think, I think, but like Sadhguru says that the pranas are talking about like Darwinistic evolution. I don't think that's true. I think there's some truth to it, perhaps. But yeah. Tantra. So it means weaving, and I think it means. Well, I don't not think it means. It's okay. First of all, here I'll bounce around a little bit. Kashmir Shaivism talks about the 36 tattvas. Enochian talks about the 30 aethers. I think these are the same, basically. It's just Kashmir Shaivism even pound 6 more than, John Dee did. So, that's super interesting. Then to bounce around more, some of the concepts of Tantra are like getting to the highest place, the highest thing, and looking around being like, like really deep astral projection. Like in the Shiva Sutras that I've seen, it's not so spelled out, but if you know a bit, it's spelled out enough. It's kind of in code, as a lot of these things are. Like the Shiva Prana, apparently some of the stuff in the Shiva Prana is quite, like, there's some metaphor to it, and it's very powerful. Yeah, the Tantra, though, here's what Damien Eccles said. He said that, using sex as sexual energy as a shortcut in magic is is a very old shortcut, but that if you can't control it, you'll become more lusty than before, which I think explains why some people go insane. I don't think it's all soul death. Srila Prabhupada, who is Vaishnava, he's not Shaivist or Tantra or anything. He's doing a more traditional form of things, like really old tradition. Or was, he's dead now. He talked about how you can fall into the material modes, and then it's just like you're actually further behind than you were when you started because you did it wrong. I think that's really interesting. I think that's sort of what it's talking about. Because you're activating certain energies that can bring certain potentialities into your life. And I think Tantra, I will say this is something I did notice. Tantra brings energies into your life, but it's not like, oh, you're meeting new people, oh, some abundance, oh, some, XYZ. It's like, no, it's completely energetic, right? And I've actually had to work hard to try and manifest some of these things into my life to some extent, just to keep it from being like so much in ether, so much energetic traffic, like I felt often that I was just, like a cable with too much information running through it, with too much power running through it, like a live wire. And you can get to the point where you're really, really angry too when you deal with these deities, because it's just so much energy in the third chakra. Like you can be really, really angry or really, really sexual, because like I think the stomach is kind of supposed to be like the battery of the body. So it's a risky thing, but I think if you can finally manage it, like right now, it's a really subtle thing, but I think I'm farther than I ever thought I could ever get, I mean, certainly I had some feelings of grandeur in the beginning, now I don't really have those feelings anymore. I'm at that place of the fool who's just accepting that I'm the fool. And but man, the power. And I can't make anything happen right in front of my eyes or something, but there's power. There's power to it. And in my life, and I just a lot of the events that happen have a lot of meaning. That doesn't mean I'm in control of them always, but just the general sensation of power is a big thing of it. But you do notice too how you sort of have an effect on others, and nobody even can tell. I think it's similar to crossing the abyss. I think sort of the goal, at the end of Tantra, because Tantra is supposed to drive you a little bit insane. That's I mentioned about Brahma's fifth head being cut off, which I learned from a video from Rajarshi Nandi. That I think that's the same as crossing the abyss. And crossing the abyss, if you fail, you go insane, but it's in a different way. You become quote unquote a dark adept. So I think that's not exactly. I think a lot of the Western esoteric things, it's like either A happens or B happens, and spirituality is a lot more complex. But yeah, so that's just throwing a lot of things out there. Basically, I kind of know the answer, but basically, it's not so like a lot of things I know, and I know very comprehensively. Tantra is one of those things where I'm not exactly sure about a lot of it. A lot of it's just really, you feel it. You know what I mean? It's very, very energetic and abstract to the point that it's even more abstract than a lot of things I've read in esotericism, which I feel comfortable explaining, in my own particular wheelhouse. But yeah, Tantra, some of the experiences, I'm still digesting them, and sometimes it's a year after the things happen before I can really explain them so well and really have that understanding as they unravel themselves over time. Tantra's a trip.